I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Thursday, August 13th. Police are investigating after a fight ended with a fatal stabbing of a man at South Station in Boston yesterday. This happened about 5:30 yesterday afternoon. Police say the victim and male suspect were engaged in a fight inside the MBTA's Red Line station at South Station. The fight happened on an escalator that was leaving South Station. The victim suffered at least one stab wound and was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Red Line trains initially were bypassing South Station as a result of the stabbing, but services to the station have since resumed. No suspects are in custody, and police are asking any witnesses to come forward. A man described as very dangerous by state police was captured yesterday after a wild chase on the expressway in Boston. During the height of the morning rush hour, troopers were looking for an armed man who they say was holding a pregnant woman hostage in a car when they spotted them about 7 a.m. in an Infiniti SUV on the northbound side of the expressway near Granite Avenue in Quincy. Video from the incident showed the car smashing into vehicles while weaving through traffic as it was followed by several troopers heading toward Milton. During the pursuit, the suspect's vehicle crashed into 8 vehicles on the expressway before the driver attempted to flee on foot near exit 11. Troopers apprehended the suspect, facilitated medical care for the victim, who is a pregnant woman, and did recover a firearm from the suspect's vehicle. State police have now identified that suspect as 31-year-old Dominic Hampton Boyd of Dorchester. He'll be arraigned on several charges in Quincy District Court as early as today. Traffic was backed up for miles after the crash. The Norfolk County DA's office is still investigating. Well, the Quincy Planning Board is reviewing 2 proposed new housing developments. Boston Property Management from Quincy wants to tear down a 20-unit rooming house on Greenleaf Street in Quincy Center and replace it with 6 townhouses. 3 units would be 3 bedrooms, and the other 3 would be 2 bedrooms. Each unit would have either a 1- or 2-car garage. Some concerns about parking were raised at a recent meeting. And Galvin Development of Quincy is proposing building 7 townhouses at 576 Quarry Street, right next to their existing 18-unit development. There would be 2 separate buildings, and each would have a 2-car garage. The zoning board has already approved that project. The planning board will now review both of those projects at their meeting on September 9th. Well, the water is safe for swimming at all City of Quincy beaches and all of Wollaston Beach this week. Results of the weekly water tests indicate that bacteria levels are within safe limits. The beach water testing program will continue through Labor Day. If the water test's unsafe for swimming, then signs would be posted warning people to swim at their own risk. Lindsay Clancy's murder trial was paused multiple times yesterday afternoon as she sobbed loudly and said, quote, "I can't do it," during testimony about the injuries her children suffered when they were killed. Jurors were sent out twice for recess as Clancy had emotional reactions to the testimony. The 36-year-old Clancy is charged with first-degree murder in the deaths of her 3 children, 5-year-old Cora, 3-year-old Dawson, and 8-month-old Callan in their Duxbury home in January of 2023. She has pleaded not guilty. Prosecutors Jennifer Sprague and Shannon Buckingham said Clancy planned the murders and faked a suicide attempt. Clancy's attorney, Kevin Reddington, said Clancy admits to killing her children, but says she should not be held criminally responsible because she was over-medicated and suffering from postpartum psychosis. Dr. Renee Stonebridge from the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Boston took the stand yesterday afternoon. She spoke about the injuries observed on the 3 Clancy children when the autopsies were performed. The direct questioning from the prosecution lasted less than 10 minutes And Reddington did not cross-examine the witness. Clancy could be seen crying during the testimony. Judge William Sullivan said the attorneys told him the proceedings are well on schedule and somewhat ahead of schedule. If convicted of first-degree murder, Clancy faces life in prison without parole. If the jury finds that she was not criminally responsible for the deaths of her children, she will be sent to a state psychiatric hospital in Massachusetts. Well, a man is facing charges for allegedly crashing his car into the side of a building in Kingston while drunk yesterday morning. 45-year-old Brian Dahlin from Kingston was charged with his third offense of operating under the influence of liquor, negligent operation of a motor vehicle, and other charges. Dahlin was arraigned yesterday in Plymouth District Court. Police received a call about 10:30 yesterday morning at a report of a vehicle that hit the side of a brick chimney at 62 Main Street, which houses multiple businesses. The force of the crash caused part of the wall to collapse. No reports of any injuries. Witnesses said the driver, later identified as Dahlin, was seen driving erratically just moments prior to the crash, including driving up onto the sidewalk further up the road. The report said Dahlin got back into his vehicle, told officers to, quote, shut up before being taken into custody. Dahlin was previously charged with drunk driving in June of 2003 and June of 2004. A check of business news this morning. Stocks are mixed. The Dow down 21 points. The Nasdaq rose 143, and the S&P is up 20. Asian stocks were mostly higher. The dollar fell. The euro was down. Oil at $88 a barrel. Sports. Red Sox lose again in Toronto, 6-4. They'll wrap up that series at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The National Weather Service forecast for today could be some scattered showers around, with a high of 84. Clearing tonight at a low of 62. Mainly sunny tomorrow at a high of 82. Saturday, sunny, high of 83. Partly sunny on Sunday at a high of 83. The marine forecast today calling for 1-foot waves, southwest winds at 5 to 10 knots, and a high tide at 12:32 p.m. Sunrise 5:49, sets 7:47. Traffic note, the Fore River Bridge is scheduled to open at 9 a.m. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Thursday, August 13th.